Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you've been enjoying these body weight workouts and that you've been following along. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be giving you guys a full body workout that you can use with the assistance of a TRX or any suspension training system. So as we see here, it looks like we're going to be in this quarantine for a pretty good period of time, at least another month or so. So while the body weight workouts are very effective, after a while they can become a little bit mundane, a little boring, and you're kind of limited to the exercises you can do and the amount of overload you can place on your muscles. So for this reason, if you're able to invest in a TRX, very, very cheap, you can find them online for 50, 60, you know, going up, the more quality you want, the higher the price is gonna be. But pretty cheap, and if you can hang it to a door or drill it into your wall, you're gonna have a lot of extra exercises you can add to your arsenal now. It's a very, very versatile piece of equipment, and I'm gonna be showing you guys a full body routine that you can use here. So follow along, here we go. All right, so for the first movement here, we're gonna perform some TRX squats. So we're gonna keep our torso as upright as we can. And I'm not holding on to the straps very firmly. I'm trying to refrain from using my arms to actually pull my body up. That's a very common mistake on this one. So I want you to kind of just loosely grip the handles, keep your abs tense, and descend into the deepest squat possible. We're going to initiate the lifting portion by pushing through your heel and standing all the way up. So we're going to go for a nice deep squat. We're going to do a single leg version. We're going to keep the other leg elevated. You don't have to keep it completely straight. But keep it off the ground the whole time if you can. So we're really keeping all that tension on the single leg there. Alright, moving into a lying hamstring curl. Now these are going to burn. So we're going to lie on the floor, we're going to place our feet in through the straps, and we're going to keep our butt lifted off the ground through the entirety of the motion here. So butt's off the ground, we're going to keep the abs nice and tense, and we're going to bring those feet in towards our body, getting a squeeze in the hamstrings and coming to extension. Alright, so we're going to round out the lower body circuit here with some alternating jumping lunges. Again, I want you to keep your torso as upright as you can. And we're going to jump from one lunge to the other, sinking in as deep as you can and landing as softly as you can, driving through the heel of the leading foot to get to the other side. Alright, here we go for our upper body circuit. So we're going to start by working the back with some Trx Rows here. So we're going to grab the handles. We're going to keep our palms facing each other throughout the entirety of this motion here. So as you can see here, what I'm trying to do before I even row my weight up is I'm trying to pinch my shoulder blades together. I'm trying to get a nice retraction of my scapula, and then once my shoulder blades are pulled back a bit, that's when I start the row, and that just puts my back in prime position to me, the main driver here, to be the main muscle working. So I'm driving those elbows back, getting a nice squeeze at the top of the motion. I'm really lingering there at the top for a little bit so I can feel the musculature of my back contract. And then I'm coming to extension of the arms. Full straightening of the arms. Also, I'm not arching my lower back. I'm not initiating any power through the hips. I'm keeping my abs nice and tight, and I'm making sure my torso stays straight and there's no momentum here. So from the rows, I moved into some face pulls. Great for the rear delts, great for the traps and the upper mid back there. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm trying to get my shoulder blades to pinch together, and then I'm initiating by driving those elbows back. I want to keep them high on this one so I hit the musculature of the upper back, and I'm leading with the hands. I'm trying to get the hands back before the elbows do for a slight pause and coming back. Right, moving into some chest and shoulders. So I'm going to do an elevated push-up here. I'm going to loop my feet in through the straps of the TRX, and I'm going to work some push-ups here. So I'm keeping my abs tense so my lower back doesn't cave in,
Everything's nice and aligned, nice and straight. I'm coming all the way down to the floor, so I'm ensuring that my chest falls directly in between my hands. I'm going to push up, and I have that intention of my hands pressing in towards each other. Really going to create a peak contraction in the chest there. Okay, from the push-ups, we're going to move into some chest flies. So this is challenging indeed, especially when done on a TRX. Creates a lot of instability, so your abs have to do a ton of work here to keep you stable. So think of hugging a tree on this one. I'm going to keep a slight bend in my arms. I'm going to descend, and I'm not going to bend my arms too much. I'm going to keep them slightly bent. Once I feel a full stretch in my chest, I'm coming up and squeezing the chest. Think of hugging a tree on this one. Alright, so we're going to hit those arms and abs now for this final circuit. So I'm going to start here with some Trx curls. So I'm grabbing the handles, and the most important aspect to this one here is to keep your elbows up and away from your body. If you let them come in too close, you're going to take a lot of the tension away from the biceps. So we want to make sure our elbows are elevated and they're away from our body. So from there, I'm not using my hips. There's no momentum here to jerk myself up. The biceps are doing all the work. I'm curling my weight up and coming all the way down to a fully straightened position. Alright, so I flipped right around and hit some triceps now. So to mitigate elbow pain on this one, you have to make sure your elbows stay in line with your wrists. If you let those elbows flare out too much, that can cause some discomfort in your elbows. So elbows in line with the wrists. I'm bending my arms till my hands reach about the top of my head. And then I'm pushing and flexing my triceps and locking out all the way. So get a nice squeeze in those triceps. Keep the abs tense, as with all these exercises, because there's a lot of instability here with the TRX. And now I'm just being a little goofy here, hitting a little bit of a flex. This quarantine is making me a little nutso, as I'm sure it is all of you guys. Alright, so I'm going to finish off by incinerating those abs. So I'm going to loop my feet in through the straps. I'm going to keep my abs nice and tight, and I'm lifting my hips a little bit. You want to make sure you don't let that lower back droop at all. So then I'm going to start and go right into a mountain climber motion. So I'm bringing my knees in towards my chest and alternating that motion, going back and forth as if I was running.
There you have it. There's the workout. So for those of you guys who are just die-hard body weight workout people and you're not going to invest in any extra equipment, don't worry. I'm going to keep pumping out these body weight workouts in the videos to come. So stay well, stay healthy, and keep training, guys. See ya.